we're basically back in the room gathering all of our stuff, and then we're gonna take the train. And we looked it up already. It looks like we're gonna have to take 6 trains to get back home. So it's gonna be a long ride back, just like it was a long ride here. So I'm probably gonna include some of the clips for that. We will see. But yeah, we're heading home. So I will miss you, Nagasaki. Always a good time out here. This is the second time that we've been to Nagasaki. The first time we visited Nagasaki Prefecture was for the Lantern Festival that they had out here for the Chinese Lunar New Year celebration. So it was super cold. I want to say it was like, I don't know, early spring. So it even snowed during that trip. So it's nice to visit when the weather's warmer. And yeah, it's been a wonderful trip. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. And I'll catch you guys in the next clip.
And we're off. We're on our way back home. Does anybody else find it a little bit sad when a really fun trip ends and you have to go back home? Because I definitely do. Like, I have like post-trip blues sometimes. And this trip definitely gave me a little bit of that. So as I wrap up this video and ultimately this series, I thought one of the ways that would be helpful to get over post-trip blues would be to ask if anybody has any questions specific to Huis, or maybe even taking the train and traveling around Japan. This whole trip from Tokyo all the way to Nagasaki took all day. Like, we were on the trains all day long in order to arrive. If you watch the first video in this series, by the time we arrived, we were so tired, and like we arrived between meals. We didn't even eat dinner. So it was a long trip. So if you want any advice for things that can make the trip a little bit easier, more comfortable, some best practices, things that I would maybe do differently, I'm happy to share those. Overall, I really enjoy traveling around Japan for pretty much any purpose. I enjoy taking the train. I prefer it to flying at this point. I find it to be very comfortable and easy to navigate at this point. And I also find that if I'm sitting down and I'm going to be on the train for a long period of time, so like a couple hours, I find it very easy to take naps on the train, which I think is part of why it's such a kind of like taboo thing for people to sit on the train and be quite loud, because like some people are resting or working on the train, and so if you're super loud whilst you're on the train, it can be really disruptive and uncomfortable for everybody else around you. But yeah, the train ride home commenced. We took the train all the way back to Tokyo. We changed trains several times. I want to say we were on 6 or 7 different trains. There's so many different types of trains that you can take in Japan. Maybe one of these days I'll make a video on like the different types of trains and kind of expectations for those. For example, on bullet trains, which are known in Japan as Shinkansen, you are allowed to eat and drink. On local trains, typically speaking, you wouldn't do that. It would be a bit rude. So it kind of depends on the train that you're on, and you should be able to read the room and check whether or not it's allowed or not beforehand. But if you want a little bit of like supporting advice, I'm happy to provide that. Even on this trip, there were a couple times when we did find ourselves getting a bit confused on like which train or the connection or something. But the good thing is you can always ask those around you or ask the people that work in the station. In this specific station, the staff there was super helpful, super kind, super patient. One of the ladies that worked there even made sure to like peek her head out of like her work area to make sure that we boarded the correct train. So typically speaking, if you ask nicely, people are more than happy to help you. And my last closing thoughts are on Huis itself. I recommend going when the weather is nice, because activities like riding the bike thingy around the park were super fun. And honestly, I recommend it for people of all ages and walks of life. I kind of feel like there's something for everybody. I hope you enjoyed this content. Don't forget to subscribe and like before you head out, and I'll see you in the next one.